It's the D1 Media Pro on the NFHS Network Game of the Week between the 11th team in the state of New Jersey, the Westfield Blue Devils, and the 9th team in the state of New Jersey, the Livingston Lancers. It's a battle for first place in the McInnis Division next on the NFHS Network.
He's going to take it himself for a championship!
A double play wins it for Frazier. Turn it to the end zone. What a catch! McInnis on touchdown.
Into the layup, goes at the buzzer.
Wins it! The championship!
Hello and welcome to Richard J. Cody Arena in West Orange, Essex County, New Jersey, on the campus of the South Mountain Reservation. My name is Ryan Howie. I am joined with Jacob Gordon on the call today. Jalen Kelly is on camera. And Jacob, tell me what we are ready for today as we are seeing a battle between two of the top 20 teams in the state of New Jersey.
Well, let's check out our keys to the game, Ryan. We'll start out with the Livingston Lancers, who need to hold the fort in the third period of play tonight. First game against these Blue Devils, up 3-0. 2 goals were scored in the third period by Westfield. It was a close game at the end, but Livingston was able to pull it out. They're going to need to pull out a similar performance as they went today. Try to hold the fort though in the period number 3 as well. Kasesi is stepping up, Ryan. Igor Tarasuk is out for the rest of the regular season. A majority of the tournament games. Broken femur. Very unfortunate for the Lancers. He's having a fantastic season. 9 goals, 22 total points. But Anthony Kasesi, the freshman, getting his chance to step up. He has 2 points so far this season, and we spoke to Coach Conklin prior to the game. He said Anthony Kasesi will get that chance on the top line with Danny Grossberg and Austin Vecchio, 2 very talented players. The freshman will get his chance with.
Well, those are our keys to the game. Thank you, Jacob. The last time these two teams met, before we talk about Westfield's key to the game, Jacob, just a little bit of an in-between that. Austin Vecchio scored the first goal down at Warren Echo in Roselle on the power play. Assists were by Silva and Tarasuk. Zales had the second period goal. Tarasuk had the third period goal for the Lancers in their 3 goals in comparative to Westfield's 2 goals. The 2 goals for Westfield came from Liam Hiltwine and from Matt Beek. Now for their keys to the game, Jacob.
Well, you mentioned that power play goal from Austin Vecchio. That's something that Westfield's going to want to keep Livingston contained on. Power play has been a strength for the Lancers all year long. They're going to want to hold them off and on that front, especially since, like I said before, like that power play goal in the first game as well. They have defining depth to their squad. So many players with so many points. Matteo Macheno, 21 points. Thomas Conrad, 13 points. Spencer Brown, 17 points even. So much depth up and down the lineup. That absolutely defines these Westfield Blue Devils.
And well, Jacob, while we're talking about that, these two teams are both ranked in the NJ.com top 20 rankings. Can you believe that? Both these two teams are only 2 places behind each other in the top 20 rankings. As now let's take a look at the NJ High School Hockey State rankings from spots 5 to 15. The 15th team is left out, we apologize. But spot number 5, Bergen Catholic. Spot number 14, Middletown North. That's our top and our bottom of the ranking system we are showing according to NJ.com. Livingston and Westfield in the middle of that pack. Livingston ranked 9th. They did not switch this week as they are 16-1-3 on the year, and Westfield is 14-3 on the year. Westfield 2 other losses this season. And let's talk a little bit about how much those 2 losses are going to affect them coming into this game as Livingston. Only 1 loss this year against the Gordon Conference team. Do you think that will affect them today?
I mean, standings is all. This is the most important standings game of the season thus far. That's why it's the New Jersey High School Hockey Game of the Week. Ryan, winner of this game wins the McInnis Division, and moves up and down in the state rankings. If Livingston wins this game, I could definitely see them moving up to 8. Westfield loses, they're definitely moving down.
Well, there's only one more public school team ranked better than these two teams, and they will not be meeting each other at all for the remainder of this season. That's Northern Highlands. They place 8th in the state of New Jersey from 7-1. That is all property of the Gordon Conference of Ice Hockey right here in the state of New Jersey. And Jacob, it's likely we'll see Christian Brothers as state champions this year. They're the only undefeated team in the state of New Jersey. They have 20 wins to their 3 ties and no losses in the pack. The Livingston Lancers, the second best record in the state of New Jersey. Only 1 loss recorded against a team in that Gordon Conference within St. Joseph Montville. The last time these two teams met, Livingston a 3-2 win down at the Warren Echo Sports Complex in Roselle, Union County, New Jersey. Jacob, this is going to be a great game. And one thing we want to mention, Livingston has not yet this year had the opportunity to pick up a piece of silverware. Westfield, they do not have likewise. They had an opportunity, and they took advantage with a 5-2 win in the Union County Finals versus the buzziest team in the state of New Jersey, the governor of Livingston, New Providence Highlanders. So that's a big win for them, Jacob. How do you think that will propel them in this one, knowing that they have a piece of silverware already this year, as we're not even ranked near the playoffs?
Well, it always helps to have something physical obtained already. Livingston doesn't have anything like that, but they're hoping they can march into the playoffs and win that McInnis Cup and go even further, win the state championship.
And Jacob, this is an idea for the future. Let's say they institute an Essex County tournament for New Jersey hockey like they do for other sports. We'd see about 10 teams, probably the last seeded teams would come from the NJSIAA's McMullen Division. Top teams would probably come from the McInnis. I think Livingston would have a solid chance of making the finals, but there's really one team that I think that would really just carry through the Essex County tournament. That would be the Seton Hall Prep Pirates.
Oh, no question about that. Of course, they, Seton Hall Prep Pirates, ranked at the number 6 spot in the state of New Jersey. They have been fantastic all year long. And one of the best private school teams in New Jersey. They definitely would give Livingston a fight, but Livingston does have the 2nd best record in the state of New Jersey.
And Jacob, speaking of Seton Hall, they were supposed to have their last game of the season scheduled versus Westfield. They pulled out because they had to schedule another game. So this on the schedule is Westfield's last game prior to Cup hockey within the McInnis Division of the NJSIAA, and then the state tournament where they will be decided with this game if they're the 1st or 2nd seed in the Public A tournament, in which, Jacob, that's a very, very, very tough loss in their schedule. If Westfield would be able to take down Seton Hall Prep, I think that they would most definitely move up the rankings, maybe even into the top 6 if they were to take down Seton Hall Prep. But that game got canceled, so their biggest game left in the season is versus a very strong Livingston Lancers team to decide who will get a bye in the first round of the McInnis. And let's quickly preview the McInnis Division. Who are you most excited for to possibly be the upset team in the McInnis Cup this year? I think it's going to be Summit. I've said West Essex all year long, but Summit is really pushing up from a very bad start to the year.
I would have to agree with you there, Ryan. Summit Hilltoppers have been lights out in the past few weeks. Obviously tied with these Livingston Lancers last weekend. It's a great game, 3-3 final score, but these Westfield Blue Devils on another level to the Livingston Lancers, or to the Summit Hilltoppers.
Ryan Lally, Jacob Bourne, Jalen Kelly on the production today here on the D1 Media page on the NFHS Network. Hello and welcome to Richard J. Cody Arena in West Orange, Essex County's best ice hockey rink in New Jersey. I mean, maybe excluding the Prudential Center, but for high school hockey, no doubt about it, Cody Arena has just been an absolute gem of a location that the Lancers have called home all year, as their last home game of the season is versus the Westfield Blue Devils, the 9th best team in the state. And Jacob, this might be one of the most evenly contested matches this year.
Oh yes, for sure. I mean, 11 in Westfield, number 9 Livingston. Doesn't get any better than this, Ryan. That's why it is the New Jersey High School Ice Hockey Game of the Week on the D1 Media Bureau page on the NFHS Network.
So now we're going to hand it over to the PA announcer for our national anthem, and then we have Puck Drop from Richard J. Cody Arena in Essex County, New Jersey's West Orange. It's a battle between the 2013 McInnis Cup champions within the Livingston Lancers and the 2019 McInnis Cup champions within the Westfield Blue Devils, as the number 11 seed Blue Devils will battle on the road the number 9 seed Lancers to see who will place first in this year's Cup playoff that is starting in between the dates of the 12th and the 14th, depending on the results of this one. We have a great game for you today. Ryan Lowy and Jacob Gorn on the mic, Jalen Kelly on camera. It is an excellent day right here in Cody Arena for some nighttime ice hockey. It looks like we're getting started at roughly 6 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time, 2 minutes from now. Jacob, any last words before we get this one started?
It's going to be a great game. I'm glad to be calling it with you.
Moments away from puck drop right here at Richard J. Cody Arena. Once again, Ryan Lowy, Jacob Gorn, Jalen Kelly on the call. Westfield 2019 McInnis Cup champs, Livingston 2013, both teams highly likely to be contestants in the finals this year, and then they're both going to find themselves in the same public playoff bracket as well. It's getting loud here at Richard J. Cody Arena, and it's time for the D1 Media Pro Game of the Week as we're underway right here at Richard J. Cody Arena. Blue Devils off the face-off draw, will control. They'll chip it on up. Here's a shot immediately that's deflected away from Turbin's crease. Obviously, as we know, in net for the Livingston Lancers, to no surprise, Zachary Turbin. And for the Westfield Blue Devils, Jake Watson. Watson, a .920 save percentage. And Turbin, don't even need to mention his save percentage because he's one of the top goalies in the state of New Jersey.
And .937 for Zach Turbin.
Yeah, Jacob, as we said, save percentage-wise, Turbin has been absolutely dominant this year.
He has 5 shutouts in 14 games.
That is
unbelievable.
Yeah, it's amazing. And he actually did not start the most recent 4-0 victory on the road for the Lancers down in a rescheduled game at Clary Anderson, as Justina Sanders finished the job with a shutout. A 4-0 win they had. He was player of the game, according to the Lancers student section and to the Lancers ice hockey Instagram account at Lancer Puck. I'd like to thank everyone who made today's production possible, the administration and coaching staff for the Lancers and for the Westfield Blue Devils. We have NJSIAA McInnis Ice Hockey this weekend at a 6 p.m. start. 15 minutes delayed right here underway between the Blue Devils and the Lancers. Lancers number 9 in New Jersey, only 1 loss. With 3 losses is Westfield. Westfield with 14 wins to place number 11, and Livingston 16 wins. Westfield are actually placed in front of Livingston at first place in the division, but in the state rankings, Livingston are 2 ahead of Westfield. Westfield, the 3rd best public team. Livingston, the 2nd best public team, both behind Northern Highlands. Northern Highlands, the 8th best team in the state of New Jersey. Spots 7 through 1. Gordon Conference members, as Westfield has been on the attack most of the start of this game, as we're a little over a minute in so far, as controlling for the Livingston Lancers, Conklin ships it on up. Westfield controls, a little groovy move right there from Wilson. Passing over, shot saved by Turbin, poked away by Vecchio. He's vroom vroom Vecchio, Jacob. And obviously, let's talk a little bit more about our players to watch today. Who's your player to watch for the Lancers and for Westfield?
Well, we talked about Anthony Cassesi in the pregame, but my player to watch for the Lancers is actually going to be Dylan Schultz. Dylan Schultz, Zach Silva, Spencer Solomon are all sticking together, according to Coach Conklin. They're doing so for a reason. They've been a fantastic trio thus far this season.
And that actually brings us to our injury report, presented to you by New Jersey Orthopedics, official sponsor D1 Media Pro. Broken femur is what Igor Tarasuk has. He will not be dressed for the remainder of the season. That might exclude a state finals appearance that the Lancers may make, so he's out for the entire McInnis Cup and for the final game of the season with a 3:30 start on the road versus the Morristown Beard Crimson. The Lancers won that first meeting. They'll be without Igor Tarasuk for that second meeting. For the Westfield Blue Devils, Michael Marshall once again is out. He's battling an upper body injury, as Livingston is now on the attack for the first time in this game. Injuries today sponsored by New Jersey Institute of Orthopedics and Michael C. Rusinella. I'd like to thank him for his sponsorship here in the D1 Media Division and Infectious Network all winter. The Lancers will now find control of the puck. They will try and work an opportunity. As poked off of it is Zach Silva. The back control. The Lancer student section always brings out a big crowd. Always exciting to see.
Oh, yeah.
Again, I brought a massive student section to our right side.
Always a big crowd with these Lancers.
Poked away. Westfield will now have to swoop it on up.
All right, out there on the ice right now, making his return from injury, Ryan Zales. It missed the previous game, end of their game against Summit.
In the back, Westfield will now have to control and
an upper
regroup.
body injury.
Ferraro pokes it on up. There's a nice move by Oliveri. Oliveri poked off the puck. Some brilliant Lancers defense right there. Zales. And now the Lancers control. A groovy move right there from Grossbard. Grossbard on the attack, trying to get the Lancers on the shot board today. His pass is deflected away. Pushed on the boards, it's poked away, and now Westfield will control. The Lancers will try and get it back off of Vecchio, but it is shoved on over there by Wilson. And Westfield control.
All right, to add on to the injury report, sophomore Michael Marshall for the Blue Devils is out with an upper body injury.
Westfield control now in their defensive territory. They swoop it on up. Plenty of time for it to be controlled by Brett Conklin. Now, we spoke to Coach Conklin before the game, as there's Vecchio making a nice move to help out his defensive core. And he said that he's really seen Cassesi step up so far this year. Possible opportunity as Schultz shoves one to the net, and it's poked away. Cassesi on outside. Poke shot is saved there, as Doc's shot is denied by Watson. Watson will cover the puck with 10:36 left to go in the first period. And as I was saying, Cassesi has really stepped up for the Lancers recently.
Yeah, been getting some more ice time, been trying him out. Started the year with on the injured list. He's since come back. Been a decent player for them as a freshman. And now, of course, getting a shot with Tarasuk, injured with broken femur on this top unit with Vecchio and Danny Grossbard.
So a little chase to the end, which Docs will win as he's contested closely by Gorski. Shoved on up, this pass is deflected and will have to be controlled now by Schultz. Puck can't cross the blue line, as the Lancers will have to get a little feisty with it to push it on up, and that's exactly what they will do. Westfield will now control in the back, maneuvering around the goalkeeper and Schultz right there is Wilson. Shoved on up, time for Kwan. Able to find Solomon. Solomon, a player who spent most of the beginning of the year actually on the injured list, as well as the first game versus Westfield, so the Lancers 3-2 victory down at Warren Echo Sports Rink in Roselle. Again, Livingston, a goal in the first period, a couple more goals to tack on to that one. They had a 3-2 victory, as after the ice broke in the middle of the third period and a 45-minute delay, Westfield poked two into the back of the net. The Lancers were just able to hold on, but that was a big win for them. Back then, the rankings were number 19 and number 13. Westfield was number 13 in the state. The Lancers were number 19. That was probably their biggest win of the year at that point. They would then take on other teams like Middletown South, like Morris Knowles, and they would eventually poke themselves into the top 10. Well, they've really stalemated at the 9 spot.
Yeah, haven't moved up or down in quite a few weeks from there. A loss here could change that.
And I really think their ties, like, for example, against Summit, and I think their tough loss during that showcase tournament that they had, their tough loss to a 5-12 squad within St. Joe's Montville, really denied them moving up any more than the 9 spot. But they've definitely earned themselves as one of the top 3 public teams in New Jersey.
Yeah, I think if they beat or tie St. Joe's Montville, and they beat Glen Rock and they beat Summit, I think there's a really good chance they're a little higher than 9, 8 or 7 possibly.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Of course, we really see, as we haven't seen many shots on this game, we really see Livingston taking on almost all of New Jersey's elite public schools. They took on Middletown South. They took on a number 9 team who they replaced, essentially, within Morris Knowles to get where they are right now.
Morris Knowles having a decent year. We covered one of their games earlier this season against West Orange.
Here's a face-off. It's won by the Lancers. Not too many shots off. One puck covered so far on the Westfield side. Passed on up far side. Here's a shot. Saved and poked away. And then once again poked away by Watson. Obviously, as we said, Watson a .920 save percentage coming into this one. Turbin, one of the top goalies in the state of New Jersey. Here the Lancers trying to work an opportunity. Poked away. Shot. Put back. It's just wide. Oh, what an opportunity there from Solomon. But the Lancers capitalize first. Passed on out. Swung on over. Shot from far into the breadbasket of Watson. Good control here from the Lancers' middle line. So we're seeing Vecchio currently off the ice right now. And Jacob, he's no doubt about it, a necessity for this Lancers team today. Austin Vecchio having quite the year. He had the first goal versus Westfield in their first game.
And it was a power play goal and a real nice one falling to the ground.
Westfield up. poked on up. This puck is too strong and will be handled by Dox. And poked on up off the board. Schultz tries to find it. Can't deflect one. Here is the captain, unable to control it. Within Conrad. Shot from far, poked away by Turbin. From Hiltwine. Winded on around, Turbin pokes it away once again. Some unlucky bounces that Turbin's been able to read quite brilliantly so far. Swung on around, a hard hit.
Boards have been lively, Ryan.
Yeah, they really have. Shot from far, saved by Turbin, coming from Conrad. Conrad, the senior, quite the career he's had. Tell us a little bit about Conrad statistically, Thomas Conrad.
Yeah, 13 points thus far this season, 52 as a senior in his high school career. He has been a vital piece for these Blue Devils in almost, basically all 4 years.
Conklin up the ice. He's had a big year so far as he pushes the puck on up. Vecchio able to sneak the puck away from Conrad. Now on over. Puck can't be chipped away. Oh, what a hard hit! Down goes Gorski. Oh, Gorski. You can feel the vibration from up here, Jacob. That's a tough blow for Westfield.
Yes, it is. Ooh. Big hit. Punishing hit, Ryan.
Gorski was rocked like a rocking chair that does not have much stability to it. He went down hard. I believe his glove flew off there.
Yeah, John Gorski having a decent year so far, 5 points. But got absolutely rocked there.
Vecchio, shot, waves wide. Push in once again is poked away. Redirected shot, waves wide of the net. Lancers cannot find the back of the net so far. Only a couple shots. Vecchio wants to change that. He shoots, saved away.
Ryan Grossbart is on goal number 20 watch for the year, 19 so far in his great senior year.
Icing, we swoop back around. So far, not too much action, not too many shots on goal.
Yeah, it's been a quieter game so far. That's what happens when you got two stellar defensive squads.
Now, obviously, if a tie happens here, nothing really changes. Westfield would hold first in the McInnis Division. Livingston would remain the better team in the state rankings, as it result in a 0-1 record for the Lancers and an 0-1 record for Westfield, as that puck is covered up by Jake Watson. Watson, the 6-foot senior goalkeeper, also plays baseball for the Westfield Blue Devils as an outfielder.
Dual sport athlete.
Yeah. Face-off, controls himself and loses the puck. A nice effort right there by Dox to keep the puck from crossing the blue line. Swung on around, falling down with the puck, but it's able to be poked away right there by McDonald. Chipped up, caught right before the blue line by Schultz. Schultz moves around, Schultz takes a shot, blocked away. Redirected, pushed back in, cannot be found by Plotnick. Plotnick, a player who's been getting some minutes so far after the tough injury we heard about Tarasuk.
Yes.
That affects the forward line. Westfield will now try and come up the other way. A little collision there is able to give Dox time to try and swoop it around. Contested by two Blue Devils. He tries to hold on to the puck. He will eventually kick it away. A good effort there, and the Lancers will try and change it around. Hit hard to the boards. It is Plotnick.
Ryan Livingston splitting the load of Tarasuk's absence. Cassesi getting a few looks. Plotnick's gotten a few. I wouldn't be surprised if and Shalva Shamshashvili's gotten a few. I wouldn't be surprised if Sean Chen gets some time out there, as we have a penalty now.
Yeah, now we really talk about how this Livingston team is really developing a good future. As we do know, Michael Mumm, one of the best players possibly in the school's history, was drafted into the NAHL, and Vecchio now going to try and play hockey in Delaware. So this team really needs to build up a strong core. I think Shalva can do the job, no doubt about it. I think that there's definitely a future that this team has. Tarasuk could definitely do the job. Even, Cassesi really showing some freshman talent. Very impressive. So this Livingston team has a good future. And Sanders, obviously a shutout victory against McInnis talent within Montclair, who might find themselves next year down in the Kelly Division, the second division of the NJSIAA, in which they will likely find themselves being replaced with Verona Glen Ridge, who have been having a phenomenal year so far after a loss in the first game of the season to Livingston 4-1. Jacob, you were on the play-by-play for that one. I was color. You can catch it on the on-demand function, as there's a first penalty kill effort right there. Vecchio, as the Lancers will find themselves shorthanded for the first time this game. Let's check out the Westfield power play.
And Ryan Zales to the box for interference. Lancers penalty kill. Been okay this season, but not quite where they would want to be, especially look at that Summit game where two of those 3 goals that Summit scored on the power play.
Pass deflected, and it's going to be a little indirect clearance there, and frustration from the Blue Devils captain right there, slamming his stick, Matt Beek.
Nice stick there. Ryan from Vecchio.
Vecchio now controls the puck, short-handed. Challenged by 3 Blue Devils, he's swarmed by the entire squad on the ice. Still somehow he has the puck, and finally it will be taken away by Beek. And now here come the Blue Devils. Mancheno leaves it. He's now on the puck once again as his pass deflected away. Possible putback from Wilson is denied. He regroups around. His pass poked on up. And a little too strong as it's redirected away. Brown back on outside. Manchenos. Little slap shot saved by Turbin. He'll get an applause. Turbin's shots is contested so far. Not too hard, but he's definitely had more, as there's a hard hit getting slammed right there for the Lancers with Quan. He looks to be all right. That's good news for the Lancers.
That was Schultz that took the hard hit into the boards, actually, Ryan. And, yeah, as you said, looks to be okay. Very good news for the Lancers. Schultz, again, my player to watch. 23 points this season.
Ooh, a nice little move right there by Wilson. Puts Westfield on the attack as there's 5 seconds left on their power play. This shot, gloved down by Turbin and into his breadbasket. Scoreless with 3 minutes and 13 seconds left to play here in the first period. Ryan Lowry and Jacob Gorn on the call, Jaden Kelly on camera. A very important decisive game will decide a lot for the McInnis Cup, and then after that, the state playoffs is Public A bracket, in which both teams will contest. Last time these two teams met, the Lancers ranked 19th, Westfield ranked 13th. Lancers a 3-2 victory down at Warren Echo in Roselle. That was also the home of the Union County Championship, in which the Westfield Blue Devils were able to win that, taking down Governor of Livingston 5-2. Westfield, in order to get there, took down Cranford 5-2 in the semifinals, also down at Warren Echo. Jacob?
Ryan, a lot of good teams in Union County. You got, of course, Westfield, Summit, who actually beat 2019 when Westfield won the McInnis Division in the finals against Summit. Summit was the one who beat them in the Union County finals.
Yeah, obviously there's a rivalry brewing there, in which Governor Livingston took care of Summit in the semis. So those two teams did not get to meet in Union County play, but they did get to meet in McInnis Division NJSIAA play. Opportunity for the Lancers as 3 come up. This one's to the Grosspark. Grosspark maneuvers round. Shot pass cannot be found. Good defensive effort right there by Westfield, saving a possible contest for Watson. Lancers still control. Pushed on up. Jay stops the 2-sport after takes it. Shot it waves wide. The Ithaca cross commit could not put the puck into the back of the net. Chipped on up by the Blue Devils and caught by Dox. Dox getting a little dirty. Dox takes a shot again, saved by Watson. And Jacob, Westfield Athletics just absolutely dominant. Boys and girls swimming teams top in the state of New Jersey. Westfield basketball team has been absolutely phenomenal. 12-5 this year. Their wrestling team also just competed in the Union County tournament. They're doing phenomenal at 11-5. You don't really see sports in Westfield struggling.
Fall sports as well. Soccer, football, both great.
Yeah, we covered Westfield football all year on the D1 Media Pro page on the NFHS Network. Michael Cerati, the voice of Westfield football. I was on the call with him for their last game of the season, the Thanksgiving special versus Plainfield, the great rivalry that is, in which they won another rendition. Shot from Vecchio is deflected away. You could also catch Westfield's matchup versus Livingston in boys soccer this year to Westfield's victory. I was on the call with Jacob on the on-demand function on the D1 Media Pro page on the NFHS Network. Stifled up. Poked back in. Park. Pass inside, deflected away. Possible opportunity once again is deflected away. Lancers trying to find the puck and push it out of the danger zone. Westfield will control. Setups one-time slap shot is deflected away right there. Way to sacrifice himself.
Good block, yeah, good block there by Brett Conklin.
Conklin being the good soldier for the Lancers, keeping this one scoreless. Westfield definitely putting on the pressure. Shots have not been too hard yet. Poked away. And the Lancers will control as this one is pushed on up. Solomon contested off the puck. Time for Wilson as he passes it on up. Here's the captain, Beak. As it's taken by Manchino and swung on around, Westfield will control back into the stick of Wilson. Pass in the air, caught by Schultz. Here comes Schultz. And Schultz will lose the puck as now Wilson's on it. Wilson takes his time as he's finally contested. He chip passes one. A nice play there by Ducks using his feet. But right back into the stick of the Blue Devils as this shot is poked away, coming from Beak. Schultz goes down as he loses the puck. He tries to fight for it back. This one is able to find Turbin as he pokes it away. 10 seconds left to go in a slow first period of action between two of the top 20 teams in the state of New Jersey. Vecchio chips one on up, can't get it past the blue line as it sneaks on by this time. As that will do a calm and cool collected first period with minimal shots contested on our star goalkeepers today. Jacob, response to the first period.
As, like you said, slow. Pace picked up there last few minutes of play, but you could tell these are two top teams just absolutely battling it out as we head into the first intermission.
So the first period is complete. We'll be back for the first period intermission and the second period of action from Cody Arena. It's Top 20 Hockey coming back on the NFHS Network, presented by D1 Media Pro.
He's going to take it himself for a championship!
A double play, Winston McCrae turned it to the end zone. What a catch! McInnis touchdown!
Into the layup, goes at the buzzer.
Kalusia wins it! The championship!
When one of the top public high school athletic programs in the state of New Jersey uses the #1 live stream in the nation.
Flip to Carson. He went the 90 yards on the kickoff return. He's trying to finish it off with a touchdown, and he does! The Carson.
Ball court. Passed on over to Capstraw. Capstraw will dive in past two players, and she's able to lay it up and score. That is the 1,000-point club type of play right there. You can't ask for better than that one.
Pass across. Stick down by Murphy. Send a shot and deflected. They score!
2 now. We're at the 2:30 marker left in the game. Immaculate go quickly, but it has just costed them a good play there to stay on the West Orange side. Diving in quickly is Capstraw, and she herself is leading West Orange to a comeback. 5
On it along the far corner. Tries to send it in towards goal. Has a man! What a pass! What a goal! Emma Mitchell to Gianna Festino. Short shot on goal. On post. West Orange gets the ball, and they win. They take down the #2 ranked Seton Hall Pirates. What a thrilling game!
So a free kick for West Orange. She sends it towards the net.
But we don't score the game, we just call and record it. As the pitch from Bove with nobody on base, swung on and missed, struck him out. Rosu now trying to get on the offensive side of things, can he? Ooh, and he's able to work himself into a pin position. Penny on the pin, he's got all 5, back points easily secured, and he pins him. So the first Rosu with the pinfall victory. A big victory for Rosu.
West Orange with a 5-0 win over Newark Central. I'm here with West Orange head coach Doug Nevins. All right, West Orange with a 6-1 win over Columbia. I'm here with 3 stars of the game: Emma Mitchell, Kaya Schultz, Gianna Festino.
So I'm Ryan Lowy from D1 Media Pro, and I'm joined with senior Kaya Schultz and junior Kylie Capstraw. West Orange girls varsity basketball season is over.
Here with West Orange girls varsity coach Sean DeVore. Russo after a 5-0 victory for West Orange over Newark Central. Screen pass out in the flat, caught, and it's a touchdown for St. Peter's. O'Donnell swinging away, puts it over the shortstop's head. That's a base hit. It'll score 1. Faraz on his way home. Throw in is not in time. Going quickly, Bullock takes the snap, throws to the far side. Wide open touchdown.
In there, called strike 3, looking
Mulcahy strikes out the side. He's perfect through 2.
Now up ahead for the Marauders. Here comes Benkovitz. They score! Michael Benkovitz for St. Petersburg! Bounced on the ground to short. Faraz Fields flip to O'Donnell 1. Throw on to first. In time for a double play. We'll look back out there for the Marauders. He takes the snap. Looking over the middle. Has a man. Can he scores? Reels it in. 35. Stick on to defenders. 2 on his feet. 20. Once again, hit in the air to deep center field. Sicka moving on the back at the wall. It's gone! Ellis Reed with a 2-run blast. And the Marauders have a 6-0 lead.
St. Peter's Prep has the best coverage for its student athletes. Why don't you?
Are you interested in pursuing a career in sports marketing or creating impactful sports content? You can get experience in high school by being a part of the RISE program powered by Ortho Carolina. It will give you a head start on an exciting career. The RISE program exposes students to industry professionals and gives them real-world experience by creating content and marketing the teams at their own high school. To find out how you can be a part of RISE, email us at contact@readinessandsportseducation.org.
Welcome back to Richard J. Cody Arena in West Orange, Essex County, New Jersey, on the campus of the South Mountain Reservation. My name is Ryan Lowy. I'm joined with Jacob Gorin, Jalen Kelly on the call. Jacob, our goalkeepers have kind of had some time to rest this first period. Not too much contested.
Yeah, it's been a quiet period. Not a ton of high danger chances. When there have been high danger chances, they've been blocked away. Very good active sticks from both sides. You can tell it's two teams just kind of feeling each other out early on. Again, I did not play each other since early December. It's early February, so it's been quite a while for these two squads.
And Jacob, this reminds me of since both these teams play in a commuting area to New York, it reminds me of a morning's commute to New York. You know, you wake up in the morning, you're tired, you know, the trip is long, but once you get there, you really get the benefit of the doubt. So I feel like this slow first period might really pave the way for a good second period and an amazing third period of action to see who will really place first in the McInnis Division.
I'm sure the rest of the game will pick up in the second, as it did in the later stages of the first. Still going to be a great game. Still your and New Jersey High School Ice Hockey Game of the Week on the D1 Meeper page on the NFHS network.
So Jacob, now let's talk a little bit more of the top 10. Do you think Northern Highlands deserves that #1 spot of public schools?
I mean, I'm going to say yes. They play in a very tough division. A lot of really good public schools. But Livingston, right up there with them, along with Westfield.
And you know, you'd say, some people say the Shore Conference really produces some of the best hockey as well. Middletown South, Middletown North have really proved themselves as star power in the state of New Jersey for public school and just ice hockey generally. But Livingston took down Middletown South. It was a big win for them. I believe 5-3 was the final score. So Livingston really proved their spot in the top 10. But can they hold it here, as they would have to take down a strong Westfield team in this slow start to the first period? We'll have to see, as we'll be back for the second period of action right here from Richard J. Cody Arena on the D1 Meeper page on the NFHS network. The second period is up next. Stay tuned.
All right, this is Adam. Take 2. Mark?
I guess.
I go like this.
The best part about playing football in Texas has to be the reaction from the community.
I want to encourage others to play volleyball or choir because you get to experience new things and do stuff that you've never done before. My reason why is passion.
My reason why is pride.
Right up the middle, barreling towards the goal line. Baldwin is in for a Vance touchdown.
Right down the middle, man. This guy, and he keep going, and he
what? The ball's loose.
And they hop back on it, and that's a touchdown.
Short punt, bounces at the 35, fielded at the 40 by Quick. out to the corner. He's got blockers and a lot of green grass in front of him. Cuts back. He's in for a touchdown.
Swing pass in the flat. Touchdown.
Good job, block. 3rd down and 17, a handoff, getting to the outside. There's a hole, there's a first down, and all the way to the races is Elijah McWilliams to the house for a touchdown and for an IMIC for a division championship. Over to Floyd, he's open, thought about the 3, drives baseline. Oh, what a start for Corey Floyd! Free throw line, tries to dump a pass off, gets intercepted. Freeman all the way to the hole. Oh, what a block by Moore! Left to play in the 4th quarter. Cromartie, 3, got it! Davis probes in the corner, 3-pointer, up and down, Brown again! His 2nd straight 3. Roselle Catholic in a hurry. Wilcher, back to Bueno. He's going to try and tie it. And he does! Oh, big shots all around!
He can't get around and a turnover. Corey Floyd has it. Step through, lay in, build the basket!
Here's Kramer. Kramer walking in. Pass in front, they score! 5. Puck comes back out to the point. Gorski with a shot, and then they score! Slap shot for the point. Block the side. Here comes Ken Bishop walking in short-handed. He scores! Up ahead for the Marauders. Here comes Bigwitz. They score! Michael Benkovitz for St. Peter's Pup, and they lead it 3-2. The celebration is underway. The horn sounds, and the Glen Rock Panthers are the McInnis Cup champions. But that's going to do it. The revenge tour is complete. The Don Bosco Prep Ironmen are the Gordon Cup Conference champions.
Heads up right on the suit. Rock this took him and defeated.
Ethan Horton dribbles into the front court to Khalil Whitney. Going to the basket and the jam.
With them because they are getting resources from the city. They are getting resources, and they're arguing with us about the timeliness of those resources.
First period of action in the books right here at Richard J. Cody Arena. It is a tie score of 0. between the Westfield Blue Devils and the Livingston Lancers here in this NJ.com Top 20 matchup, the D1 Media Pro Game of the Week on the NFHS Network. For Westfield, this is their last game on the schedule, as their next game versus Seton Hall Prep has been canceled. They'll try and squeeze another game in, try and manufacture one into the schedule last second. And for Livingston, they have a rematch against Morristown Beard. It was supposed to be their lone meet of the season, but due to Summit having to reschedule their game versus Livingston, Livingston squeezed a second game in versus Morristown Beard on a Saturday. We were there for that one, Jacob. It was Livingston's victory, but it was only by a goal. We will see them to rematch on Monday.
4-0 was the score in Livingston at one point. Storming back in that one was Mo Beard. We'll see if they can take this one home. That is Monday, as we said.
Yeah, and Morristown Beard, I believe, we're actually missing a few key pieces due to club showcases, so that can really change the bonafacto of the game. Morristown Beard's biggest win as of recently was an upset win against the number 19 team in the state of New Jersey, of the surprisingly really making the best out of a very tough schedule. The St. Peter's Prep Marauders, one of their key pieces, Matthew January, is finally back after spending a lot of time on the injured reserve. So that was a big 7-2 win for Morristown Beard, and they are taking on another strong team, top 10 ranked, within Livingston on Monday. That is a 3:30 puck drop on the road for the Lancers, but their final home game of the season is 2 more periods left to go. It's against the Westfield Blue Devils, and that is starting its second period of play in the ensuing moments, Jacob.
It's been a slow-paced game thus far, Ryan. We at the start of the second period. Pace picked up a little bit later in that first period, but teams are starting to realize, slow things down a little bit with the Lancers, you have a chance.
So head coach Joe Bertucci in his 8th year will talk with his visiting Blue Devils. And in his 15th year, head coach Dave Conklin will talk with his Lancers. And Conklin, a very experienced coach, he was there for their win in 2013. As they were McInnis Cup champions. I'd like to repeat that this year. Their chances are very high. But don't be surprised if a strong team within Summit or a sneaky team within West Essex Caldwell tries to punch themselves up there. Or even who once were one of the buzziest teams in the state of New Jersey, the governor of Livingston, New Providence Highlanders, try and make a run after struggling as of late. So we have a very exciting McInnis Cup coming up that will start on rather the 12th or the 14th of this month within February to prep us for a very exciting state playoffs that will happen this year. After last year, it was canceled due to COVID-19. So let's get loud once again, and let's play hockey for another period of action within 15 minutes. It's the long change period right here for you on the D1 Media Pro page on the NFHS Network. My name is Ryan Lowy. Jacob Gordon is on the call with me, and on camera is the great Jalen Kelly.
So, Ben, as you said, Ryan, we said multiple times, very slow-paced game.
Shot saved and covered by Turbin to get us started.
That was one of the first high-quality chances I think Turbin's faced so far today. That wasn't even that high of quality.
And the Lancers defense has really just been sharp this year. You can't really complain. They've just been phenomenal.
Even last game against Montclair, Zale was out with an upper body injury.
Yeah,
Alex Selvin, Mitchell Friedman stepping up.
Lancers control. Chipped on up. This one can't cross the blue line. Puck will now be controlled by Westfield. Offsides is waved off. Schultz, the closest to it. He will chase. He'll sweep it on around. Here's Jay Stocks, the Ithaca College commit for lacrosse. Jay Stocks knows how to use the stick. Brilliant at both sports he is. All conference at both sports he is.
We're in an A on this for this Lancer team for a reason as well. A leader.
Yeah, really is a great leader for this team. One shot we've seen this period, saved and smothered down by the great Zachary Turbin. Now, Jacob, we haven't announced this yet, but Austin Vecchio and Watson, the goalkeeper for the Westfield Blue Devils, are on the spotlight for this year's Player of the Year for NJ.com. That is a very high honor, and I think there's no doubt about it. With the save percentage of .920 and with the leadership of Austin Vecchio, those two have, you can really tell that they deserve it. So Livingston will control. Pass misread.
A couple
saved by Turbin.
Miscued plays there, tripped up a little bit when trying to get to the puck and made a poor bank pass, but it's going to eventually lead to a penalty.
Cassesi sticks with it, and a whistle blows, and we have a penalty up and coming.
Into the box.
So some action coming up. Livingston was shorthanded. They were able to burn the Westfield power play. Now Westfield going shorthanded.
Zach Park for tripping.
The junior will find himself in the sin bin as we're going to see the Lancers power play take effect in the biggest game of the year to date. Here in their final home game of the season at Richard J. Cody Arena. Ryan Lowry and Jacob Gordon, we've had the pleasure of covering Livingston hockey this year on the D1 Prevention the NFH Network. There's a quick shot denied. Schultz controls. Over to Captain Austin Vecchio, now back to Schultz. Two key players for the Lancers right there. Swung on over and miscontrolled by another key player for the Lancers, Andrew Kwan. Action starting to pick up. Vecchio regroups over to Schultz. Possible shot now in the hands of Kwan as he lets one go. It's deflected and cleared. A very good effort right there, sacrificing his body. Greg Oliveri. Lancers control. Pass to Dox. Tipped off the stick. It was too strong. Dox controls. Doc pushes the puck on up. Schultz swung around the puck, and now Dox will have to redirect it on back to Grossbard. Grossbard with time, with space. Finds Vecchio and a one-touch pass. Schultz all the way on out. Kwan. Snapshot. Deflected away. Put back. Finds the back of the net for a Lancers goal. What a finish. Danny Grossbard. It's 1-0 Lancers, Jacob.
Yeah, that was a set play. Vecchio with the blast. Grossbard, a tap in. Off the ricochet from behind the board to the back of the net. This game's 1-0 Lancers. We talked about Westfield, stay out of the box. First penalty of the game that they take leads to a goal for Livingston.
Wow, the Lancers explosive on the power play, and they know how to kill it shorthanded. So the energy has finally made its way to Cody Arena. After a slow first period, the Lancers get us started on the scoreline today in the second off of a little putback from the face-off, taking Danny Grossbard, the senior. Jacob, what does that add to his stat pack?
20th of the year for Danny Grossbard. Very, very impressive season for him. 32nd point. He's one back of Austin Vecchio now for the team lead.
Vecchio able to poke it to Grossbard. Grossbard with the goal in the day. Puts one on. It's deflected away. He'll have to control. He's then swung on to the ground hard by Logan Martell, the freshman wearing the highest number on the Westfield Blue Devils. Looking for four varsity spots for the Westfield Blue Devils this year. Getting his hands dirty today. Conklin slings it on around. So Grossbard on the goal to get us started as they announce it here.
One thing I'm noticing for Westfield, they really love grabbing those pucks down at the blue line, making sure it's not good. Now they're really good at keeping pucks in the zone.
Westfield control. Behind Turbin's crease. Here's Hilt Wine. Pass can't be found. Here's Zach Silva. Silva pokes it past the blue line, but it swung on right back around. Almost hit the official as it stopped on down by the Turbinator. Back on out. Wilson collides and loses the puck. Here come the Lancers. Silva one-on-one. Silva poked off the net right there by the last line within Thomas Conrad. If he let that one off, he could have put one into the back of the net. Tried to maneuver around, create more space. Couldn't do so. Lancers control in the back. Kwan over to...
Zach Silva, in my opinion, has been the most underrated player on this Lancers squad all season long.
I think you can definitely mention that, as well as possibly maybe even in the back, Conklin and Cassesi also been phenomenal as of recently. Conklin all year has really stepped up for the Lancers after having a pretty strong season, as it was last year in their McInnis Cup Finals appearance. 8 wins they had last year, 3 losses on top of that, as well as one more than a few ties. Controlled in the back, Kwan to Dox. Up to Vroom Vroom Vecchio as he swings it on around. A risky pass. Does not connect. Shifted on over. Vecchio back on around to the close side. Dox. Chip pass deflected. Oh, that puck almost snuck on by Conrad, but he saves the day with the little slide pass on up. And a whistle goes as we have a call the Westfield bench, where the puck will find itself dry.
Ryan, Austin Vecchio, let's talk about him for a second. 33 points in the year. He is everything a coach wants from a player. Size, skill, speed, obviously Vroom Vroom Vecchio. 200-foot game as well. Good in both ends.
Obviously, Jacob, in the building today, former goaltender for the Livingston Lancers, Alec Rosenbaum, who has transferred, but former Lancers third-string goaltender, seeing what this team has produced as of recently, and that is some of the top hockey in the state of New Jersey. Wouldn't be surprised also if we see a couple college coaches in attendance today. These are two phenomenal hockey teams with surprisingly not so many recruits. A little fight for it. Zales cannot control, falling down and poked on up. The Lancers will end up with the puck. Silva drags one on up, and he will ship it behind the crease of Watson. Grossbard on the only goal today that came in the early stages off a deflection in this second period of action. The long change period has really shown its change as the energy has been brought to Cody Arena. Puck swung on over to the crease. Watson takes a touch on the puck, gives it to the freshman Logan Martell. Jacob, both teams battling an injury today. Marshall is out. He's battling an upper body injury. And for the Lancers, Tarasuk has a broken femur.
Ryan, this period's been a lot more high-paced than that period number one. Once we have the goals, we have a nice keep in the right chase Docks.
Docks has a deflected shot over Watson's crease.
Just a ton more chances overall, Ryan.
Lancers will control. Swing around pass. Grossbard can't do so. One touch pass. Grossbard.
Good 1-2 punch setup there. Vecchio to Grossbard just got a little too much high in the net.
Conrad. Around he goes as he works around Grossbard and is able to single-handedly move around Solomon. A shot from far. Docks using a big dual sport body to fight off any Westfield Blue Devils with the puck. Poked on up. Nice play by Quan. Quan and it. Here he comes up the ice. Finally contested, but he's able to maneuver around. Poke there was pucked by McDonald. Excuse me, puck there. Poked by McDonald, as this one just crossed Docks on the blue line, and the Lancers will have to regroup. Westfield calls for an icing, they'll do so. Closer to the puck there, John McDonald, the junior, as that will blow us dead with just over 8 minutes.
That was some poor decision making there by Docks. Again, you just want to get to the bench, but dumps it in, gives the team a defensive zone face-off, 7:55 remaining.
Now, Jacob, I'm looking. We're seeing a lot of Lancers basketball players in attendance as we'll be broadcasting their game on Thursday versus the top team in their division of the SEC Colonial, the Super Essex Conference's Colonial Division. That is James Caldwell High School. Westfield controls. Pass deflected, possible opportunity, swung on around, shot, saved by Watson coming from Silva.
Ryan,
Silva
that was
close.
A really poor turnover there by the freshman Aiden Wilson. Trying to send it across the crease, never put it in the middle in your defensive zone.
Silva's pass finds its way out. Put back by Conklin is denied. Now controlled by Silva. Silva and Conklin work together. Conklin's shot waves wide close side. Plotnick on up. Ooh, put back deflected off of him. Here comes the Blue Devils now after a little miscommunication. But Conklin's able to find it and poke it on up to Silva. Conklin checks off. Silva tries to weave around the puck and get it back. He will lose it as McDonald fights for it back and gives it away. Here are the Lancers. Zales. Swung on around the ice. And now the Lancers will have to chase out in the back. Here comes Vecchio. Vecchio, swarmed by 3. He can't finish. Hand raised for a possible penalty up and coming. There's another hard hit as the whistle comes in. We might see the Lancers on another power play.
I believe we will, Ryan. Vecchio was hooked there. He split the defense right up the gut. Great opportunity for the Lancers to make it 2-0. Have a possibly better one now on the power play. First goal, of course, came on the power play as well. That was Danny Grossbard with his 20th of the year.
Again, Grossbard only a goal away, as you said, from Austin Vecchio. Very impressive. This team has been contributing on all levels from all different ages, and a good future they've built as well. Westfield on the other side, they have not one but 2 JV teams. They have a local JV team that plays the local teams, and they have a parochial JV team that takes on some of the state's elite JV programs in the Gordon Conference.
A lots of development going on in Westfield.
Vecchio tries to connect to Schultz. It's deflected over to Dox and back to Schultz. Back on out here is Vroom Vroom Vecchio. Shipped over to Schultz. Schultz. Oh, his pass just a little too strong to Quan. Quan resetting with the quarterback of Austin Vecchio. And back to Quan. Quan lets one loose. Deflected off a defender and cleared away. Vecchio will stop it from going all the way back to Turbin. But the Lancers will have to reset nonetheless. And they will cross the blue line with Schultz. Speedy Schultz weaves around. As he falls, he tries to let one off by Watson. And here comes a 5-on-3 for the Lancers. Wow.
Two-man advantage, Ryan. Another hook as going to the box this time. Logan Martell.
The big freshman frame will provide some entertainment in the box.
They're going to have 84 seconds of 5-on-3 time. Great opportunity for the Lancers to extend their lead. They can make it 2-0, Ryan. It's vital for them having a chance of winning this game.
Well, Vecchio will get us started off a Lancer face-off victory. He works on far side. Silva. The quarterbacking Austin Vecchio. Schultz. Swung it all the way around. Pass deflected. Intended for Silva. Split the D-line. Vecchio. Silva. Silva lets one loose. Hits the frame.
Ryan, one thing to note, Livingston usually rolls with 2 defensemen on their power play. Not this time. Only Jace Dox parked in front of the net.
Put back, no! First time, second time, it fits into the back of the net for a Lancers goal. They lead 2-0. It's a 5-on-3 goal. 2 man advantage goals for the Lancers are the storyline of the second period as they have a 2-0 lead with 5 minutes left to go. That goal from the junior within Dylan Schultz.
Ryan, perfect setup for the Lancers as the first shot off the great pass didn't quite get there, but Schultz sticking with it. He was my player to watch, and he makes a 2-0 on power play goal.
Dylan Schultz with the second goal on the day.
Still
5-on-3 goal,
power play time.
And the Lancers are still on a man advantage, in which they seem to be doing quite well today. 2 goals off of that. Grossbard, the senior, scores the first goal to get us started in the second period. Schultz responds off of the first one being denied by Watson and Ned, who comes into this one with a strong save percentage, very respectable of .920. Played on up. Grossbard. Schultz. Grossbard. Quarterbacking Austin Vecchio. Vecchio, not only is he Vroom Vroom Vecchio, he's also the quarterback on the power play. Does a great job with the reset, as here he is on the puck. Swung on, far side around to Silva, and back to Vecchio as Silva will work around far side. He'll leave this one to be chased by Grossbard, and now Silva himself will be on the puck. He's got a man within Vecchio in which he'll use. Vecchio lets one loose. It just goes behind the net. Puck finally cleared away. About a half a minute left to go on the power play. Here's Schultz. Groovy Schultz. Hammered to the ground. Puck cleared away. 4:20 to go here in the period. Just about 20 seconds left to go. Now less here in the power play, Jacob. Vecchio up the ice. He'll lose it. Can't get it back as it's kicked on up by Mancino. Swung on around. This one will cross the blue line at the half mark. Poor pass. Still somehow finds its way over to Mancino, who swings one on over. It will be controlled by Dox, who backhands one close side. Possible opportunity from far. Saved by Turbin. Shot there from Conrad. Westfield will relieve out on the back. Conrad off the most recent shot for Westfield. Westfield still have not scored today here in this battle to see who will be first in the McInnis Division. Here come the Lancers. Daniel Grossbard hit hard from behind as he goes down. No whistles. Silva to relieve. Swooped on around. Westfield will control. Here comes Silva. Set on back. Shot from far. Deflected off a Lancer. And finally cleared past the blue line where Dox will reset. Zales. Zales hammered to the boards as he gets rid of the puck first.
There's yet to be a 5-on-5 goal yet in this game. It really shows you how tightly these teams play each other.
3 minutes now left to go here in the middle period of action. Jacob, a very slow first period, has really picked itself up here in the second.
doubt about that.
Oh, a hard hit. Chase Docks getting his hands dirty, but maybe that might have costed the Lancers a little distraction. Backhander saved by Turbin. That shot coming from Gorski is denied.
Turbin keeping his eye on that puck the entire time. Great chance there from Gorski, who left the game earlier after a big hit. Comes back, gets a great opportunity to cut the lead back to 1 for the Blue Devils and get the first even team goal of the game. Turbin says no.
Face off. Looks like it'll be pushed up by Westfield, and Turbin will get his stick involved in that one, but Westfield will still control. Westfield trying to crack the scoreboard. They're down 2. Notice they were down 3-0 before scoring 2 third-period goals, so if the Lancers move into that action during the third period, Westfield with 2 goals would tie it. That, of course, is just one of the many possible things that can happen in this very exciting matchup to see who will be the best team in Public A this year and who will get a bye in the first round of the McInnis Cup. Sticked on down by the Blue Devils. On the right close side, the Lancers will fight for it and earn it. Here's Vecchio from Schultz. Vecchio weaves round, and the body gets in the way as down he goes. Doesn't get a call from the official. The official waves it off. Minute 50 left to go now here in the middle period. Juan up the ice to Vecchio. Vecchio is swarmed into the net. Schultz does his job helping out his man.
Ryan, Vecchio looks to the...
Conflicting hits. Here's one that's swooped on up by the Turbinator, Jacob.
Vecchio looks to the official. He was thrown to the ice illegally twice after that second hit. Again, like I said, look to the official. Get us a call. Interference, boarding, both not called. The Livingston team has got to be frustrated with that, especially considering how successful their power play has been.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Face off. Won by the Lancers. Casually, this one's chipped on to the far side where it crosses the blue line. Silva just can't get a stick on it as it's poked away. Up the ice by Conrad. Now here's Abel. Unable to stay with the puck as he's hit to the ground. Jacob, here come those McInnis hits that we see a lot. Lancers control. Grossbart. This one splits and finds Silva. Silva is denied.
And tried to slide it through the 5-hole, Ryan. That was a crisp pass off the stick of Danny Grossbart. Just couldn't make it bury to make it a 3-0 game. Again, yet to be a goal here at 5-on-5.
So the senior to sophomore connection, just couldn't work out as it's denied by a possible player of the year, according to NJ.com, Jake Watson in net for Westfield. 45 seconds left to go. Here in the middle period of action. Oh, Jacob, what a middle period it's been. 2 man-up goals from the Lancers are the storyline so far as they want to push themselves back to first in the McInnis. Shot from far, swept away. Shot once again. A little overboard. Vecchio. Down he goes again. That's 3 times there. Not once, not twice, but thrice he's found himself on the hard ice. Puck cleared away with 10 seconds.
They're trying to wear down Vecchio. Not a bad.
And I'll tell you, if that's Bertucci's plan, that's a genius idea, because Vecchio is really the soul of this Lancers power play in which they scored 2 goals. So 3 seconds. Watson quickly moves to the bench, in which he will come off. Jacob, take a look at this. Watson is off.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah.
3 seconds left, Ryan.
Well, we know Vecchio can push that puck like a pinpoint, so you might want him right off the faceoff to try and whip one right into the net if he can.
Face-up, Ryan, face-up Taya is key.
Yep, and face-off won by the Lancers. They will not try and put one on the empty net because they don't have time. So, wow, what a second period. Grossbart, the senior, and Schultz, the junior, put the Lancers on the board 2-0, and we have a little stare down to prep us for a third period of action. But first, we have an intermission report. We'll be right back here on the D1 Media Pro page on the NFH Network. Ryan Lowry, Jacob Gordon, Jalen Kelly. We got a great hockey game. Third period coming up next after this intermission report on the NFH Network, presented by D1 Media Pro.
Are you interested in pursuing a career in sports marketing or creating impactful sports content? You can get experience in high school by being a part of the RISE program powered by Ortho Carolina. It will give you a head start on an exciting career. The RISE program exposes students to industry professionals and gives them real-world experience by creating content and marketing the teams at their own high school. To find out how you can be a part of RISE, email us at contact@readinessandsportseducation.org.
One of New Jersey's premier high school basketball teams gets their coverage from D1 Media Pro, and it goes like this.
Finds Floyd to tie things up. Tie game! 62 apiece. 90 seconds.
Floyd attacking and throws it down! Corey Floyd! A missed opportunity down low, behind the back to Bueno and one! Lawrence with Floyd, he'll lob it up, and a slam! Too low for Dunn. Wilcher to Floyd, lays it in, and one on the lob!
Thought about the three, drives baseline. Oh, what a start for Corey Floyd!
Here with Corey Floyd after a tough...
Wilcher, three. Got it! Simeon Wilcher is fired up!
And Simeon Wilcher all alone with the flush. Here with Simeon Wilcher. And a pass taken away by Marshall. And he'll throw it down. Tosses it ahead to Valencia. Sering driving and throws it down. He can't get around, and a turnover. Corey Floyd has it. Step through, lay in, through the basket. Marcus Rodi here with Roselle Catholic head coach Dave Boff. Dave, you're coming up.
Now it's your time to join.
The North Jersey Orthopedic and Sports Medicine Institute is the preferred practice for diagnosis and orthopedic treatment in New Jersey. From the moment you become a patient in our practice, our experienced team supports you until your full recovery with education, compassion, and understanding. Our focus includes sports injuries, as well as the treatment of a broad range of orthopedic complaints, from common tendon ailments and arthritic joint pain to traumatic injuries. Our facility offers an on-site physical therapy suite, in conjunction with specifically designed exercise programs, non-invasive and advanced healing technology. We can not only address the current injury, but also find the underlying cause, such as muscle weakness, imbalance, or improper form. We also offer non-surgical modalities, such as platelet-rich plasma injections, which can lead to an accelerated recovery. To provide efficient and excellent care, personal interactions and individualized attention for each patient is important. We are committed to create a protocol that can eliminate similar injuries in the future. At North Jersey Orthopedic and Sports Medicine Institute, we are dedicated to providing the highest standard of care and comfort of athletes, including patients with non-related sports injuries. Board-certified orthopedic surgeon and sports medicine specialist Dr. Michael Rusinella utilizes non-surgical and minimally invasive surgical procedures to help patients regain back their quality of life.
All right, this is Adam, take two. Mark?
I guess.
I go like this.
The best part about playing football in Texas has to be the reaction from the community.
I want to encourage others to play volleyball or choir because you get to experience new things and do stuff that you've never done before. My reason why is passion.
My reason why is pride.
The middle, barreling towards the goal line. Baldwin is in for a Vance touchdown.
Right down the middle, man. This guy, and he keep going, and he
the ball's loose.
And they hop back on it, and that's a touchdown.
Short punt, bounces at the 35, fielded at the 40 by Quick, out to the corner. He's got blockers and a lot of green grass in front of him. Cuts back, he's in for a touchdown.
Swing pass in the flat.
Gets to the corner, he's going to get in the end zone.
Touchdown.
Good job, block. Third down and 17, a handoff, getting to the outside. There's a first down, and all the way to the races is Elijah McWilliams to the house for a touchdown and for an IMIC for a division championship.
Well, so I promised an intermission report, so let's give you one real quickly. 2 big goals from the Livingston Lancers in this second period off of the man advantage, one a 5-on-3 and one of them a 5-on-4, give them the 2-0 lead. The lone 2 goals we've seen this game were all from an exciting second period after a very slow first period. Jacob, they call it the long change period. That's exactly what it was.
Yeah, lots of offense on both ends. Livingston's going to want a slower period this time, similar to that first period. Westfield's going to want a little more high pace, like the second one, trying to get back in the game.
Third period of action in the ensuing moments right here on the D1 Media Pro page on the NFHS Network, presented by NJ Orthopedics and Michael C. Rusanella. A big thank you to the Livingston administration for inviting us today. Mr. Richard Porfido, the athletic director, the head coach, Mr. Dave Conklin, as we are in for a third period of action. 2-0 Lancers. The visiting Westfield Blue Devils in the second matchup of the season between these two teams. Westfield in attacking territory, as Kwan will try and change that. He has to truck a player, but leave the puck behind in order to do so. Westfield resets from the back. The stick involved of Dox wants to deny a possible Westfield push. Dox, the Canadian-born dual sport athlete, is able to get one over to a shot that is saved by Watson and thrown on down. 40 seconds into the third period. Ryan Lowy, Jacob Goring, Jalen Kelly is on camera. Shot deflected behind the crease of Turbin. Can't squeeze through as Turbin blocks it like a wall. From behind the net, there's a redirected pass outside to Martel, who served 2 minutes in the box earlier. He can't finish as that one just can't sneak by a strong Lancers D-line. Shot. Poked away. Put back. Once again poked away. And redirected away, but not past the blue line. Martel chips one up. Possible opportunity. Just waves wide, close side of Turbin's crease. Dox.
Not in trouble getting the puck out of their end here.
Yeah, a little Livingston push. As we have a whistle, Livingston's getting loud. They might be on the attack once again. As it looks like we have a player down for the Westfield Blue Devils. We saw an injury in the game prior in the game for Bloomfield Columbia Nutley as they were able to upset Oratory Prep. And now we have an injury here in the Westfield game.
Jace Dox, I believe. He's being ejected from the game.
So the Canadian-born dual sport athlete committed to Ithaca for lacrosse, a phenomenal ice hockey player, has departed from the ice in one of the biggest games of the year. Livingston bench got loud. I think they thought that call favored them. Grossbard for the Lancers and Conrad for the Blue Devils will wait towards the two officials to see what the call will be. But I think the Lancers will be charged.
Unfortunate, Jace Dox has been great all year long. Can get a little physical though, and he's cost the Lancers a few times this season. See if they will cost them a game. Could be a 5-minute major we see here.
So Conrad returns with the report. We'll see what Grossbard returns with the report too for the Lancers. But again, Jacob, we're predicting, as great hockey minds we call ourselves of high school hockey, the Lancers will likely be spending some time in the box. We'll see what the call is. A long-awaited discussion with 13:38 on our clock as well as the Cody Arena clock. There might be 2 calls here, as a matter of fact, as we're hearing, as a reaction from the fans. Both officials will drive over to Conklin, and the other one will now revert his way over to Bertucci. Bertucci, the Westfield Devils head coach in his 8th season. He's been coaching the program for a lot longer than that, but 8th season at the helm. Conklin, 15 years. He's been with the Lancers.
Do you think there's maybe a little bit of embellishment there to draw that big call?
Well, I think seeing Dox leave the ice forcefully by the call of the officials, I think it's likely there'll be more than just a 2-minute minor charged against the Lancers.
We'll see, there's a discussion going on by the Lancers bench with the officials.
Well, nobody's made their way yet to the box. The closest to the box is Turbin, who obviously will not be spending any time there. Looks like he's trying to keep himself busy. Hopefully hold that shutout. This would probably be his second biggest shutout of the season, maybe compared to Morris Knowles.
2 minutes is all it is, Ryan.
Yep, so they're just going to put 2 minutes on the clock. Very interesting, they're only saying 2 minutes, I must say.
Going to serve the penalty is going to be Friedman.
Okay, nope, so there's a 5-minute major and a 2-minute minor. That is massive. So in the box for the Lancers, as you said, Jacob, is Mitchell Friedman.
And I believe that is Ian Chowdhury.
Actually, it looks like Grossbart and Friedman.
No, it's not Danny Grossbart.
Yeah, right, my apologies, that isn't Danny Grossbart. Grossbart's on the ice right now. I profusely apologize for that one. But 2 Lancers in the box. 5 on 3, slap shot saved. And can't be covered. Jacob, as you were saying, what are we looking at right here?
5 on 3 for 2 minutes. And then 3 more minutes of 5 on 4. So a really good chance for Westfield to not only tie the game, but take the lead possibly.
Jacob, mind you too, key Lancer defender Jace Stocks, not on the ice for this, won't be on the ice for the remainder of the game. Poked away, can't cross the blue line. Westfield need to come up with something big as Gorski swings it on over to Conrad. Reset on outside. Poor touch by Gorski. Back on out. Conrad, shot saved. Lancers getting loud. Whoa, slide tackling, Grossbard. Doing a little time stalling there. 12.5 left to go in the game. There are ties in regular season high school ice hockey as this shot deflected away, and the first official clearance right there from the son of the head coach. An excellent effort by Brett Conklin, the 6-foot junior defenseman, weighing in at 190 to start the season. And wow, he stepped up, especially with a play like that right there. 30 seconds now left to go in the 5 on 3. Then we will have 3 minutes of power play action for the Westfield Blue Devils. Shot, waves wide, and again, that power play, no matter if Westfield scores or not, will be 5 on 4 action. It is a major, which means a goal does not kill it. Pass, tipped, deflected, shot wide. And there's Vecchio, sweeping it away.
Ryan, it is important to note, if Westfield had scored on that first penalty, that 2-minute penalty would have wiped that one out. But yes, Westfield can score as much as they want in these next 3 minutes.
That concludes 1 power play. Skating onto the bench, Ian Chowdhury. Doctor's penalty not yet completed. Pass far side. Manchino. 1-2 pass connection inside. Saved by Turbin. And poked away. Slap shot. Can't get to Turbin. Next one saved by the pad of Turbin. He's offline. He gets back in line. Now Turbin holding the shutter as this one's cleared away.
Ryan, that was actually swept wide of the net. Great chance and tight there for, I believe that's number 15, Axel Ebel. Just missed.
I believe that might have actually hit Turbin's pad. Westfield will control. Manchino up the ice using the boards. Conklin tries to get his stick in the mix. He does the job, but can't clear the puck. Westfield out in the back. Gorski on outside. Wilson. Gorski. Long pass. Ooh, just trickles over. Oliveri. Still in the puck as he shakes off Grossbard. Tries to chip one over to Gorski. Puck on around. Jacob, a great 2 periods of action so far. Lancers still short-handed, at which they will be for the next 90 seconds, have not given up a goal. Spearheaded by Turbin's exquisite performance in net. Around here are the Blue Devils. Chip pass. Conrad. Conrad contested by 2, swings 1 through, safe and smothered by Turbin. He's the Turbinator.
Oh, Ryan, lots of zone pressure for the Blue Devils. At the end, haven't been able to capitalize yet. There's still 73 seconds on this power play.
This power play is not done yet, but I would say the Lancers have dodged probably one of their toughest bullets of the season.
Yeah, great kill on that 5 on 3. 2-minute 5 on 3.
And they did it without star defenseman Jace Docks, so number 14, no longer eligible for the rest of today's contest.
Puck never came out there, Ryan.
Never crossed the blue line, as you say, Jacob. They wave off icing. They wave off offsides. Reset from the outside. Pass just gets to, but too strong Wilson. And then cleared away. Good Lancer effort. Can't complain if you're them, as they're really killing off the power plays here. The 2-minute minor, laughed at. The 5-minute major, almost dodged. Some passes, find a deflected shot. Schultz getting his body dirty, and now Conklin able to trickle one out of here.
Big block there by Schultz. He's hurting a little bit after that one.
Yeah, he's shaking Schultz at the moment, but he's still on the ice. A nice move there by Oliveri. Shot, ooh, the net. Poked behind Turbin's crease. Schultz able to get a stick on it. 10 seconds left to go on the power play. Schultz has other ideas here. Instead, he wants to find Captain Vecchio. Back to Schultz. Shot! Just into the back of the net for a short-handed Lancers goal. That's Schultz's second of the game. And the Lancers are up by 3. And Schultz is on a hat-trick watch.
Oh man, second of the game for Dylan Schultz. Again, my player to watch, Ryan. And that was all created by him. The poise, the patience again for Vecchio. Vecchio right back to Schultz, and he buries it.
The 3 Ps, the smarts and the 3 Ps. Poise, patience, and power.
Ryan, the 5-minute major, 2 minutes for that 5-on-3. At the end of all of it, it's the Lancers up by 3.
Jacob, when you're playing the 11th best team in the state, you don't expect to somehow go from being a 5-on-3 to scoring a shorthanded goal, but that's just how good this Lancers team was and how prepared they were coming off of a very shaky first period for both teams. I'm sure both Bertucci and Conklin were worried about the first period effort and how it might affect it, and it looks like the only person worried now is Bertucci. His team is down 3, and his team might not ever find themselves back in the top 10 in the state of New Jersey this year.
It's been a great game, Ryan. No matter what the final score is, a lot of great chances for both teams. It's all about goaltending in hockey. You don't have a goalie that can keep you in the game.
3-0 Lancers. Wow. Schultz with 2 goals. He was your player to watch. Wow. Aren't you? I wouldn't say the lucky guesser because it was all the stats. Your geniosity really fit well today, Mr. Goring.
Good call on my part, I guess.
Yes. You just got to be cocky in situations like those. I know you're a very humble individual, but don't be. Because you guessed it. 3-0 Lancers. Wow, 2 goals from Schultz. Grossbar definitely doing his too. Almost had a great assist was Grossbar as well early in the second period as they shipped one to Silva as the big Lancers opportunity prior to that goal.
Ryan, still 8 minutes though on the clock. Anything can happen in sport of ice hockey, we know that.
We definitely do. Like, for example, prior to this one, Columbia and Bloomfield, a tri-combo program, was able to upset Oratory Prep, one of the stronger teams in the NJSIAA, not in the McInnis Division. They upset West Essex earlier this year. We were on the call for that one. You can catch it on the on-demand function on the D1 Media page and the NFHS Network. What a great game that was. Prior to that one, we also covered West Morris Central in their outer conference matchup here at Richard J. Cody Arena against West Orange, in which they absolutely dominated that one. That game also available on the on-demand function on the D1 Media page on the NFHS Network. Westfield needs to respond. Conklin has other plans as he clears it on up. Will the Lancers be spending the rest of their game trying to burn time, Jacob, or will they continue to push on the attack? What do you think, Jacob? Will they continue to push on the attack, or will they try and burn time, the Livingston Lancers? Hold your thought, because here's a shot that's deflected over and behind Turbin's crease. Net is dislodged. As I was saying, what do you think the Lancers' game plan is?
At this point, it's like count the clock, 7 minutes left. You're up by 3. You're up by 2. I think you try to tack on one more. They did. That shorthanded goal by Dylan Schultz. Beautiful goal that was. But yeah, at this point, I'd say try to kill the clock.
So Jacob, this song is called Classic by MKTO, but this game is broadcasted as a classic by Ryan and Jacob Gorin on the D1 Media page on the NFHS Network, because that's what it is. The number 19 there. 11 ranked in the state of New Jersey, Westfield Blue Devils. It's a Union County versus Essex County matchup. The second best team in Essex County versus the Union County champions within the Westfield Blue Devils. And Jacob, Union County produces some of the most high-level athletics that we see broadcasted on the NFHS Network. We cover Roselle Catholic basketball, some Westfield basketball. Very strong is Union County athletics. Sticked away and cleared away. Conklin son of the head coach in his 15th year, who oversaw the Lancers' 2013 McInnis Cup championship. A big thank you to Mr. Steve Ruggiero, General Manager of Operations here at Richard J. Cody Arena. Mr. Mustafa Houghton, Executive Producer of D1 Media Pro, for making today's production possible as well. The administration for the Westfield Blue Devils, Head Coach Joe Bertucci. The administration for the Livingston Lancers, Athletic Director, special shout out Mr. Richard Porfido. Of course, Head Coach Dave Conklin, and Assistant Coach for making today's production possible, Dave Malucci, for letting us cover Lancers hockey this year. Wow, what a season it's been, Jacob. Best probably to date for Coach Conklin's career, at least for the regular season. We'll see what the postseason and the McInnis Cup have in store, as the McInnis Cup is scheduled to start on the 12th, but may be postponed as far as the 14th. Lancers with this win would secure the #1 spot in Public A and the second best public team in New Jersey to end the season, unless something Islands' end. Of course, a tough loss to Mo Beard if the Lancers see so on Monday could also possibly change that. But this win, going 2-0 against the Westfield Blue Devils, would be massive.
So 5:45 left, Ryan, so don't say anything yet. This is the number 11 team in the state of New Jersey, the Westfield Blue Devils.
Yeah, and they found themselves all the way up as 10 at one point, too. Grossbart is down. Almost brought a Blue Devil down to the hard ice with him. Lancers on the puck. Here's a player we haven't heard about too much today. That's Ryan Zales. He's had a great season. He's going to go on the attack with Vecchio. Vecchio weaves around, takes a shot, but is denied hard by Watson. The senior goalie, standing at 6 foot, uses all that 6 foot frame plus the skates to raise him up and save that one.
We talked about the 3 S's earlier with Vecchio. Speed, size, and skill. He displayed the third of those S's right there.
Well, I mean, that was directed towards Schultz, but we can also give Vecchio credit for it. I mean, really, the Lancers have just been playing with the 3 S's this year. Actually, I think Schultz was the 3 P's. You're right, Jacob. My profuse apologies. Here come the Blue Devils. Able to weave around. Miscommunication finds Schultz backing one out. Chip pass. Westfield can't sneak it by. There's a possible opportunity for them, mishandled by Wilson. Under 5 minutes of action. Down go a player for each team. Fight for the puck. Skirmish. Who will end up with it? And it looks to be the Lancers resetting. Silva weaves one around as he groovily gets by Wilson. Silva's still going. Takes a little bit too much of a touch on the puck, and Wilson is able to get rid of it. Skirmish sees a Blue Devil down on the ice. Who ends up on the puck? A lot of skirmishes as of recently. Vecchio can't find it as it's back passed away by Conrad. Here's Grossbart. 340. Blue Devils control. Up the ice goes that puck, enticed with 3:42 left to go here in the third period of action. Be sure to tune in on Monday as we get the Essex County Tournament back underway after a rain delay on Friday canceled most games on the girls' side and the boys' side. As on Monday we have girls' action at 4 p.m. Cedar Grove visiting the West Orange Mountaineers. Kylie Capstraw, the D1 Yale commit, who committed her sophomore year, trying to advance as far as she can in the Essex tournament after it being canceled last year. She'll take on Cedar Grove in the second round on Monday on the D1 Media Pro page on the NFA, just now presented by NJ Orthopedics. Here's the Blue Devils. Shipped on up. Vecchio caught on a swivel. He goes down. Swung on up the boards there by Zales, the 5'5 sophomore, getting his name known here this third period.
Ryan, I'm seeing it on both sides tonight, but a lot of times those top players, they draw so many penalties, the officials just don't call as many of them. Happens at every level of hockey. You know, even at the NHL level. Players like Connor McDavid should draw way more penalties than they do. Refs turn a blind eye to a lot of them.
Now, Jacob, totally off topic, but as we spoke to Coach Conklin, he said, who's your biggest worry in the McInnis Cup? I thought he was going to say the team we're playing right now within Westfield. They've really just competed with us all year, and they're actually in first in the division right now coming into this game. But he said it's everybody. He said, you can go down the chart. I said, you're even including Montclair in there, aren't you? He said, yes, Montclair might not have barely any wins to their name in this McInnis Division, but even they have lost all their games by minimal amounts of scores. Livingston were able to beat them only 4-0, having a phenomenal game from goal to up top at the forwards. So, Jacob, this game from the positions of 1 to 7, this McInnis Cup is just going to be so much fun, and it looks to get started on rather the 12th or the 14th of this February.
I spoke to both coaches prior to the game. They both said the same thing.
Yeah.
This division is stacked from top to bottom.
Schultz has 2 goals. Can he get a hat trick? He waves it wide. He is on hat trick watch, Jacob, as I said. Good redirection. Poked away and chipped away. We're nearing 2 minutes of action. Dox is now sitting in the student section. That's a way to get involved. After he was ejected earlier in the game, and the Lancers somehow find themselves taking advantage of that as they squeeze the 3rd goal into the back of the net. A little insurance goal as we have our unofficial 2-minute warning. Shot. Waves wide of Turbin's crease. Turbin looking for a 6th shutout, hopefully, of the season. Empty net, the Blue Devils present. Looks like that may be it for today for Watson's effort. 3 goals he allowed. 2 from Schultz, 1 from Grossbart as this one waves wide. Lancers want to put some icing on the cake, maybe a 4th goal. Westfield maybe want to notch that lead down. Chipped away. Ooh, almost snuck by, but a nice stick touch there by Michael Wilson. The sophomore will now control for the Blue Devils. 80 seconds left to play. Here from Richard J. Cody Arena. 3-0. The 9th seeded in the state of New Jersey, Livingston Lancers, who look to push themselves back to 1st seeded in their division. Hand Westfield their 4th loss of the season, where they will go 14-4 with no more games left on the schedule. Lancers looking to take on a strong private school team within Mo Beard, as here's a whistle to stop it. With their 17th win of the season and only 1 loss to their name against a private school, St. Joseph's of Montvale. Minute 3 seconds left to go as now this massive Lancers student section will start to slowly depart. I believe the ones left are going to be ready to party, Jacob. Way to finish the season at home. A storied one, Jacob. You can almost write a movie about it. After a tough loss in the McInnis Division finals last year, all the battles against COVID, this team find themselves with only 1 loss on the year, coming into their final game of the season versus Mo Beard after taking down Westfield twice, who found themselves as the 10th team in New Jersey, fell back to the 12th, then the 11th. They also took down Morris Knowles this year.
Power play for Westfield here. Yeah, 2 minutes on the board, so a penalty for Westfield, 2 penalties for the Lancers.
Yeah.
Evens out to 2 minutes.
I believe we saw out of play canceling penalties, some like dead puck penalties, quote unquote, and then 1 penalty involved in play. As I was saying, highlighting the Lancers season, this is their last home game. 2 big Westfield wins, the second one coming today, their first one 3-2, this one potentially 3-0 with the last 63 seconds as Westfield calls a timeout. A win against the 9th team of Morris Knowles, 5-0 at the Ice Vault Classic in Wayne. And then a big win against Middletown South, the Shore Conference's premier program. And Shore Conference produces great hockey. But Jacob, who is really going to be the victors of the state of New Jersey? I think it's going to be non-public, as they rule 1 through 7 according to NJ.com in the state rankings.
It's tough to say. Lots of really good teams, but Lancers definitely have a shot.
So here's what I think it is. I think the Lancers are going to have a great year. I think they're going to finish it off well. They've had a great year, I should say. They're going to finish it off well. Maybe they definitely could take down Mo Beard quite easily on Monday. Mo Beard, a strong team. They're looking to possibly, and I think it's possibly already in the bag, take down Westfield right here for the 2nd time this year. They have some great wins. They're taking on a Mo Beard team with a big win against St. Peter's, but I don't think they're going to be enough to take down the Lancers. So the Lancers possibly finishing out the season with only 1 loss, but I think it's going to go to Christian Brothers or a possible upset from the 5th seeded not from the 5th seeded Don Bosco, from the 5th seeded Bergen Catholic, or Don Bosco, or Del Barton. I think it's between those 4 teams for the state championship. Public school-wise, I think it will be Livingston, and I think this win has really showed they're the best public school team. Northern Highlands are a seat above them. Schultz might get a hat trick here. Schultz loses the puck. so he might remain on the watch for the remaining 50 seconds. Wow, everyone on their feet for that one.
Puck just a little ahead of Schultz out there on hat-trick watch.
I think Schultz got the hat-trick jitters. Oh boy. Slap shot from far. Saved by the Turbinator. Shutout of the year. A start buses chant coming from the Lancers student section. Oh, they're going to be happy with this result. Slap shot. Whiffed on. This puck can't pass the blue line. Last shot. Waves wide. Off a few deflections. Schultz, hat-trick watch. 10 seconds for him to do it. He's on the run, and he loses the puck once again. And here's a whistle. That'll stop the clock with 5 seconds dead. Lancers student section will begin their departure. Looks like the only thing that's left, folks, is the traffic. The Lancers a 3-0 lead with 5 seconds left to go.
Great game.
And here we actually have Big Riss passing us. Big Riss, you ready for our game on Thursday versus Como?
Yes, sir.
Any reactions? You ready for it?
Good game. Good game, boys.
What do you think of this one? Lancers about to finish out this season at home with only 1 loss.
It's amazing. Good shit, boy. Oh, good stuff.
Watch your language. You're on the hot mic, Mr. Rosenthal. Pardon us. And that will do it. A 3-0 win for the Lancers.
Ryan, it might be safe to call this game their best of the season.
Yeah. Take down the number 11 team in New Jersey. This one's up there with their win 5-0 against the then 9-ranked Morris Knolls. It's up there versus their big 5-3 win against Middletown South. I think you're right. I think this might be the best one as they go undefeated against Westfield, 2-0 against them in regular season play. They outscored them 5-2 in the 2 matchups, and that will do the regular season at home. And now our regular season productions with them, unless we're able to sneak our way into Mo Beard. Final score, 3-0 Lancers, Jacob. Your reaction to this regular season as they're going into their final game on Monday?
It's a good way to end their regular season at home in front of the fans. It's a really solid all-around game. Slow first period from both sides. Great second period, and a well-fought and well-executed third.
Ryan Lowy, play-by-play, Jacob Gorin on color. On the mic today, on the camera today, doing a brilliant job. As always, Jalen Kelly and our great photographer down at Cold Sandwich Photography. We give you a big shout out, Mr. Sean Colasarich. So that'll wrap up the McInnis Division for this year. The Lancers will be the first seed, Westfield will be the second, and then 3-7 you can catch as well to check out on the NJ.com's standings page. A big thank you to everyone from Westfield, Livingston, and Richard J. Cody for making today's production possible and Lancer Productions this year possible. We will see you in the McInnis Cup. Thank you so much for watching Lancers Production this year on the D1 Maple page on the NFHS Network. Ryan Lowy and Jacob Gorin signing off for the final time this regular season.
He's going to take it himself for a championship. A double play wins it from Frazier. Turn it to the end zone. What a catch. McInnis touchdown.
Into the layup, goes at the buzzer.
Wins it. The championship. He's